channel today. Oh my god. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm officially fucking old because I slept on my neck wrong last night and I literally like can't fucking move. I actually am like relatively mobile just because like I can move my torso, but like my fucking neck, ow. Oh my god, I don't even know if I'm gonna even be able to film this. I'm fucking dying. This is not okay. I'm 24. Oh, let's try to get through this. Bebe Howell and Becca Grace Original here on YouTube created their own fun tag. I think it's called the My First Time tag, like festival edition though. Me and Tate actually did something like this maybe a year and a half ago. I was thinking about redoing it, but then I got a message from Bebe letting me know that she was tagging me in this video, which I was super excited to participate in, just to get to know other up-and-coming festival YouTube content creators. Before I forget, I want to tag. Okay, I did a terrible job of tagging everyone, so I tag Tate J, Casey Festival Fam, Tristan Marie, Where's Amanda, The Festival Finesser, and Celestial Shawty, aka Lauren. She doesn't have a YouTube channel, but she's mentioned to me that she wants to start, so if this is gonna help her kickstart, I want her to start with this one. If not, post on your blog, girlfriend. Even if you're not tagged in this video, you're more than welcome to participate. Anyone and everyone, just so we can all get to know each other, just make sure to use the hashtag. I'll put it on the screen. So without further ado, let's get into the questions. Number one is the first DJ you've heard of. So a lot of these questions I feel like I'm gonna have a really hard time answering just because I have a horrible memory. I started listening to EDM in 2010, so it's been like 10 years. So my old ass cannot remember all of this information. There was definitely like stragglers here and there, but the first DJ I remember like acknowledging and being a fan of was Skrillex. Question number two is first show. I guess you could say my first show was Avicii. It was at the TD Garden in Boston, and I'm really honored to have been able to see him when he was still alive. R.I.P. Avicii. I went with my friend Taylor. I remember you need to be 16 to get in, and I freaking forgot my ID at home, like not really realizing that there was an age limit for this concert. Question number three is first festival, and my first festival was supposed to be Identity Festival in Massachusetts at the Xfinity Center, I believe. All my friends bailed because I don't freaking know why. Everyone was over EDM at that point, and I was so upset trying to find anybody that would go with me, anybody that wanted to keep the plan, but one person said they didn't want to go. It was a domino effect. I was so pissed I had to sell my ticket because Skrillex was going to be there. So that meant that ID Festival was an absolute fail. That was in 2012, so it took me a couple more years to be able to go to my first festival, and I went to EDC New York, and it was a very fun time. I went with my roommate in college, Megan. We tried to get other people to come with us, could not. I actually had people that I knew going, but I wasn't going with them, and they're actually now people that are in my festival fam and like are some of my best friends. That's funny that we did not go together even though we were all there. Fail part two, I skipped a question. Question is, who are the first people you raved with? And it's really hard to answer this question. Like I said, the first concert I went to was with my friend Taylor from high school that I had known like my whole life. I feel like the first people I really raved with was my friend group from high school. We actually had a Facebook group called Hi with a bunch of I's and all in capital letters, and this is where we would organize our little parties that we would have, and we would organize who was going to bring the amp, who was going to bring the black light, who was going to bring the strobe light that hooked up to the amp. We like invested all this money into having these fun parties. We would organize who was going to bring the cookies, aka the alcohol that we would like put into water bottles and share with the whole party. Sorry mom if you're watching, but we were an organized group. Number five is first friend you made at a rave, and I don't exactly remember. I remember chit-chatting with people at Avicii and getting them on Instagram and stuff. The first time I can remember like staying in contact with people outside of people that like, I'm not counting anybody that I was friends with and they brought a friend into our friend group. The first time I made friends and stayed friends with an absolute stranger. I've gone into the story a little bit on my Forest Get Ready With Me, and please watch that if you haven't. It's like my favorite video I've ever made. It's so freaking funny. It's not really like a get ready with me if you're a guy, like it's just like my friends being absolutely ridiculous in the car while I'm trying to get ready. Like I said, me and my friend group made friends with our neighbors at Electric Forest 2016. They're from Indiana, and now we have a whole squad and friend group of people that live in Indiana. We just saw their apartment and like got to see their hometown for the first time, so that was really cool. And it's really special to me to know that like we formed such a solid friendship with people that were complete strangers. So shout out to Eco, Jacob, Hannah, Tyler, Danielle, Kai, Mackenzie, etc, etc. I love you all. First rave outfit. Okay, so this is like not that bad. It's not great, but at the time this was like furry boot trend, like flower bra time zone. And I was also 16 and it was my first festival, so what I pulled together I'm pretty proud of. Well, not proud of, but like I'm not that embarrassed of. I had Cheetah Sophie shorts that had like little neon pink stuff on it, and I had a neon yellowish green, like this color, tube top. Could have been worse, honestly. Number 7, first rave outfit, Malfunction, and I honestly thought for a minute that I didn't have one. After much thinking, I have. For EDC New York, I DIY'd like a bodysuit. It was a lace bodysuit, so then I glued flowers on top. It was my first time ever doing something like this, the only time I ever did something like this. And I remember when you put it on, it stretched a little bit, so like the flowers were already having a hard time like covering what was supposed to, because the bodysuit was see-through because it was lace. And then at one point a flower definitely fell off. It wasn't super dramatic though. It was like I was fine to continue, but it was definitely like a little bit stressful and concerning throughout the rest of the day. The one that was actually pretty bad, it's not even embarrassing. I wore fishnet tights last year to New Year's Eve, and I had like a bunch of little sparkles and gems on it. My legs touched, so as I was walking, every time I took a step, one of the crystals would get caught on the other side, and I like would have to waddle because my legs would be like stuck together, attached like at the knees for the rest of the night. I would literally be like waddling until it would rip. I eventually got to a point where I just didn't even care, and I just completely tore them shreds, had to throw them out. They were like $20. So number 8 is the first light show, and I honestly don't really remember the first one that I had. I do remember a significant one. It probably was one of my first ones. Maybe it was my first one, but I was at Electric Forest 2015 and I asked someone for a light show. So we stopped in the middle of the forest. I sat up against a tree and this person like went ham. My friend Ashley, her name is the same as mine, she decided that she wanted to watch it too, so she kind of like crouched down next to me and put her head like right on my shoulder, and I could hear her breathing like she was really excited and out of breath about the light show. I was like, hey Ash, like what's going on? How are you liking the light show? She's like, oh, I'm not looking at the light show. Look at that star. And she like pointed to a star in the distance. I'm like, bro, why are you on my shoulder if you're not even looking at the light show? Oh, it was so funny. I'll never forget that. Number 9 is the first set you cried at. This is like a little bit controversial. I don't know if I want to get into the full story of it at the moment. I've thought about making a story time on this. I don't care about telling anybody pretty much any detail about my whole life. Like I'll tell strangers about this story, but I am worried about the person that it's about being like, why the fuck are you telling this story that has to do with me? And then like my friends also that are like associated with him be like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Ashley? But I want to tell the story so bad. So I'll give you like a tidbit. Hopefully I don't give away too much of the story. If you guys want me to do a full story time on this, please let me know in the comments below, and I will do like a Electric Forest horror stories video where I can tell this story and like everything that's gone wrong every year at Electric Forest, because I've had the worst luck at Electric Forest. Every single year something absolutely horrible has happened. This one year takes the cake. There was this boy that I like really liked. We had history together. We were never like boyfriend and girlfriend, but we were like seeing each other, dating, whatever. So we can just call him my ex. Pretty much my ex came to Electric Forest with me. We were no longer together, but it was definitely still like a complicated situation, and he decided to get a rave bay, and I was so mad at him. We were not talking. At Deja, which I was looking forward to so much, like so magical, he decided to stand right in front of me, literally to the point like our bodies were touching, and he made out with her while our bodies were touching. I was literally so heartbroken. If you want the whole story on that, there's way more to it. Please let me know down below, because I would love to have an excuse to tell that story and shit on that whole situation, because it's so fucked. So I like pretty much like cried during that set. It's like the worst set of my entire life, and it was freaking Deja. I was so pissed that he'd have ruined fucking Deja for me. Deja in the forest, like literally go fuck yourself. I definitely almost cried this year at New Year's Eve 360 when Lauren started playing hide and seek right before like the ball drop. Last time he played hide and seek, he played at the same time right before a ball drop, and then he transitioned into lights. And if you know me, you know that that was my like first favorite Bass Nectar song, and I'm just like dying to hear it. He never plays it. He never repeats ball drop songs. Seeing lights as a ball drop is like my ultimate dream, so I thought he was about to play lights and like really was about to cry. I've never had like a full-on sob or anything. I'm not like that emotional like that. So I'm surprised that I even came close to crying on New Year's Eve. Number 10 is first candy trade, and I would say I don't remember. I remember making a ton of candy with my friend Megan in preparation for EDC New York, so I guess I can just say that it was with her, but I honestly don't even think I've ever done like the handshake thing that I like literally can't do because I've never done it. I'm just like not really a candy kid. I don't know. Wooks aren't really like candy people, and that's definitely the kind of crowd that I'm normally with, so not that into candy. Sorry everyone, but I do like the premise of it. I think it's a really cute way to spread positive messages and a positive experience. I don't know what I'm saying. It's cool. Number 11, and the last question is first moment you fell in love with rave culture. And I definitely had like a slow build of falling in love with it from 2010 when I was 15 up until like what 4 to 5 years later when I could finally attend my first event. The Avicii show was like more just like a concert than a rave, so I don't know. I was like in love with it before I could even participate in it. I probably fell in love with it at Electric Forest. That's when I became fully obsessed. I've talked about this before. I also had like parties in high school that I would go to that were kind of like raves, like in my friend Courtney's basement. We would do that like every weekend my sophomore year when everyone first discovered EDM. And then after that, our high school dances got canceled, so dances at my high school were a really big thing. Like everybody went and everyone really freaking looked forward to them. So when they were canceled, that was really unfortunate. So people from our high school put on their own dances at local places in town that they could rent out, and some of them were like EDM themed, so those were pretty much raves. So I kind of fell in love with it there too. It was just like a slow build because I didn't really have a way of participating when I was 15. But going to Electric Forest, like with everyone being so nice, I remember leaving and feeling like I went into a utopia, and I wish I could relive that because I'm so jaded to festival culture. I wish I could experience it for the first time. I remember talking about it like, oh my god, like it's this crazy place where there's no rules and everyone's happy and everyone's chit-chatting, and why are we not more friendly to each other in day-to-day life? Literally changed my life going to Electric Forest. It changed how I think of like other people, and it made me rethink how I interact with other people on a daily basis. It literally changed who I am as a person. It's so crazy and sounds so stupid, but it's true. Thank you so much, Bebe, for tagging me in this video. You should check out Bebe and Becca Grace Originals videos as well. Everyone is welcome to participate in this tag even if you're not tagged in it, so please let me know if you upload one of your own so I can check it out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had fun getting to know me a little bit better and getting to know the rest of the EDM YouTube community a little bit better. Please subscribe if you have not already. You can hit the bell if you want to be notified every single time that I upload. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All of that is linked down below. I don't know how to end this video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye!